Welcome back to Myths Before Midnight. I'm glad you're here. The night stretches wide and endless above us. The stars shimmer faintly, and the world below grows still. In the hush between breaths, something ancient stirs, older than light, older than time itself. Tonight, we drift back to the beginning, before dawn had a name, before even the gods themselves awoke. This is the story of Nyx, the goddess of night, the mother of sleep, of dreams, and of the quiet veil that wraps the world in darkness. Settle in, breathe deeply, and let the night itself tell her story. Before there was earth or sky, there was only silence. And within that silence, there was Nyx. She was not born. She simply was. A presence that filled the vast emptiness. Soft, shadowed, and infinite. The universe slept within her. Her body was the void. Her hair the stars not yet kindled. Her breath the wind that would one day move the heavens. She floated through the nothingness, patient and unafraid. For she knew that even in darkness there was potential. The quiet before creation. The moment before the first heartbeat. From her came Erebos, the deep shadow, her twin and companion. Together, they danced in the emptiness, and from their union came children. Gentle, quiet forces that shaped the world before mortals ever existed. First came Ether, the bright upper air, and Hemera, the light of day. From darkness, light was born. Then came Hypnos, the god of sleep, and Thanatos, the spirit of peaceful death. They were not feared, for they were natural, rest and release, born of the same night that comforts all. And from her dreams came Oneiroi, the bringers of visions, who drifted through sleeping minds like mist. Thus, Nyx became the mother of everything unseen, the keeper of balance between stillness and motion, silence and song, life and its gentle end. But Nyx did not crave worship or praise. She lingered at the edges of creation, content to watch the unfolding of things. When the gods of Olympus rose, even Zeus himself showed her reverence, for her power was beyond his own. It was said that when Nyx spread her wings across the sky, even thunder fell silent. The stars bent their light in respect, and the moon hid her glow. For in Nyx's presence, all things rested. The ancients whispered that she walked unseen through mortal dreams. Wherever her shadow passed, hearts slowed, eyes closed, and the world found peace. She carried with her a cloak woven of night itself, deep, endless, and speckled with faint light. Each point of light upon that cloak would one day become a star, and each star a reminder that even within darkness, there is beauty. When she moved, the air shimmered faintly. When she breathed, the tides responded. And when she spoke, her voice was softer than a sigh, the sound that fills the air just before sleep. Time passed, though for Nyx, time meant little. She watched empires rise and fall. She drifted across mountains and seas, unseen but always present. Every sunset was a doorway she passed through, every dawn a gentle retreat. When mortals feared the dark, she pitied them, for they had forgotten that darkness was once home to the beginning of all things. She never sought to frighten. Her darkness was not emptiness, but rest. It was the space between heartbeats, the pause that gives meaning to sound. Sometimes, she would appear to those who wandered the night too long, shepherds, poets, and dreamers. They would glimpse her only in reflection, a ripple across still water, a soft outline in the fog. They said her eyes carried the memory of the universe before light, an eternity of calm and silence. And those who saw her would wake changed. They would speak softly of her beauty, but more often, They would say that in her presence, their hearts felt still, as if the noise of the world had faded away. Even the gods tread lightly when Nyx stirred. When Zeus, king of Olympus, once sought to strike down her son Hypnos for defying him, Nyx herself appeared before him. She said nothing. She didn't have to. Her gaze alone reminded him that his power was only borrowed from the order she had set in motion long before his throne existed. Zeus lowered his lightning, bowed his head, and let her pass. For even the storm must rest when night arrives. When mortals began to name the constellations, they said the stars were her jewels, remnants of her ancient cloak. Each one carried a fragment of her calm, a promise that no matter how bright the day burns, night will always return to cool the world again. And so she remains, eternal and unchanging. Every dusk, she rises from the horizon, unfolding her wings to cover the sky. Every dawn, she gathers them close and drifts beyond sight, leaving only the faintest echo of her touch, the peace that lingers in the morning air. They say that when you close your eyes and the noise fades away, what you feel is not emptiness, but Nyx herself. When you dream, she watches. When you rest, she holds the world in her hands, quiet and patient, waiting for the next night to begin. She asks for nothing. She needs no worship. She exists because all things, gods and mortals alike, must eventually rest. And so, the stars remain her footprints, scattered across the sky. Each one flickers in time with her breath. Each night, she returns, unhurried, ageless, eternal. The goddess of the night, mother of dreams, keeper of silence, the first and last comforter of all things. When the world grows weary, when your thoughts grow heavy, remember her. Close your eyes, breathe, and feel the weight of her wings above you. The night does not come to take. It comes to give you back to yourself. The stars flicker. The air grows still. The night, eternal and kind, unfolds once more.